ORIX Metro Leasing and Finance Corporation. ORIX Metro Leasing and Finance Corporation is a joint venture between Metrobank and ORIX Corporation, a pioneer in the leasing industry in Japan. ORIX Metro has been in the industry for over 40 years and has become one of the most trusted partners of multinational and big local companies as well as SMEs in building their businesses. It is one of the most leading leasing and finance companies with the widest market reach all over the Philippines. ORIX offers the most diversified and comprehensive set of leasing and finance services. Its financial lease and mortgage loans cover trucks, heavy equipment, industrial machineries, medical equipment, and other types of personal properties.
Past corporate performance of ORIX Metro. Our group presented a selected financial ratios wherein it shows that the return on average asset and return on average equity is declining since 2016 up to June 30 of the year 2019. It also shows that it resulted to the increase of the total loan receivables of the company since 2016 up to June 30 of the year.
The company's vision is to be one of the most admired finance company in the country. Their mission is to be committed to deliver excellent and diversified services to their customers, ensuring their full satisfaction. This is made certain by a highly motivated team of professionals and a strong global network. They shall provide a fair return to their shareholders and contribute to our country's socio-economic development. Current objectives include strategic objectives and financial objectives. Under strategic objectives, product innovation through faster and personalized services and maintaining a quality portfolio through credit evaluation and human resource development. In financial objectives, maintaining average spreads of 6.4% with new bookings of 2.64 billion for 2005 and achieving 20% volume growth year after year.
CSR, corporate social responsibility, is a concept whereby an organization integrates social and environmental concerns into their business operation. It is deemed as doing business with a conscience and supports the belief that conducting business in an ethical, responsible, and transparent manner improves the company's reputation and increases profitability. ORIX Metro Leasing and Finance Corporation group of companies believes that corporate ethics is fundamental to the success of one's business. Guided by the principles of its parent company, ORIX Metro strives to be responsible to the needs of the society. The core message of ORIX Metro is committed to pursue interaction for specific sectors through CSR programs that assist in nation building. Also, it shall focus on the aspect of education, environment, and other projects that assist in nation building. Metrobank Group projects includes but not limited to tree planting activities, joint donation activity, mangrove planting project, and branch-based outreach program. In Supply Chain Code of Conduct, ORIX Metro has minimum requirement for suppliers and contract in the following areas, which are corporate governance and ethics, labor and workplace management, occupational health and safety, community engagement.
In human rights and social policy, ORIX Metro's group hiring and orientation policies are as follows: equal opportunity, policy against harassment, sexual harassment, complaints, no retaliation, All forms of harassment are forbidden. Contractors and consultants, orientation for new hires and training for employees, and committed to human rights and social responsibility. In their environmental policy statements, ORIX Metro Leasing and Finance Group of Companies is committed to leading the industry in minimizing the impact of its activities on the environment. The key points of its strategy to achieve these are minimize waste by evaluating operations and ensuring they are as efficient as possible, minimize toxic emissions and air pollution by strictly following government laws and directives pertaining to periodic smoke emission tests of all vehicles, actively promote recycling both internally and among its customers and suppliers, source and promote a product range to minimize the environmental impact of both production and distribution, and meet or exceed all the environmental legislation that relates to the company. Under their data privacy policy, the ORIX Metro Group is committed to protect the privacy rights of individuals pursuant to the provisions of the DPA and its IRR in addition to its duties and responsibilities under the Bank Secrecy Law or RA number 1405 and the confidentiality provisions of other related laws, regulatory rules, and regulations.
Next is ORIX Metro Corporate Governance. Under here, we have its Board of Directors. To start off, we have Vicente R. Cunha as the Chairman of the Board, Constancio Bitan as the President, Harukazu Yamaguchi as the Director, Shintaro Yamaji as the Director, and Lita S. Tan as the Director. We also have Cesar L. Lugto as the Director, Jose M. Chan Jr. as the Independent Director, Attorney Justina F. Kalangan as the Independent Director, Manuel H. Lopez as the Independent Director, Attorney Roy A. Martelino, Corporate Secretary, and lastly, Carmelita A. Chongson as the Assistant Corporate Secretary.
In the top management, we have President Constancio Bitan, Executive Vice President Arnaldo S. Bacabak Jr., Senior Vice President Cynthia Bitamoria, and Angelo Z. Padua. First Vice Presidents Helen Judel B. Aguilar, Michael P. Bautista, Lito P. Andevella, Jose G. Reyes Jr., Attorney Heinz M. Reyes, Jared V. Tabino, and Victor Emmanuel T. Chongson. We have Vice Presidents, Attorney Joselito M. Bagwood, Joey Lutgard A. Cruz, Aura C. Montenegro, Roberto M. Litaba, Lizelle S. Romeo, and Assistant Vice Presidents, Yusuki Anzay, Luniel Evaristus B. Basco, Maria Paz B. Bermudez, Victor B. David, Claire Yvonne C. Lee, Dan Anthony B. Manapat, Jonas F. Mangonon, Joanne D. Maranan, Alma Jocelyn C. Navarro, Leo R. Nicolas, Kari M. Rizari, Anthony C. Roa, Sherwin M. Salang, Ferdinand B. Tan, Attorney Gerald Emery Q. Tremor, and Anne-Marie Teresa C. Zapata. We have senior managers, Lordina B. Alfilor, Brian Jeffrey C. Aquino, Arnel A. Barion, Danilo A. Bautista, Bernadette Christine S. Junido, Godofredo A. Dizon Jr., Maria Cristina T. Dizon, and Roy A. Flores. Maximiana P. Maximiana P. Garcia, Rainiel P. Ginablazo, Oldereco M. Nadwal, Juan Paulo Alberto O. Ocampo, Luwalhati R. Oshong, Uni Q. Romanelios, Marinela V. Santos, Leia R. Vargas, and Michelle B. Yu.
In external environment, we have natural environment, societal environment, and task environment. In natural environment, ORIX has a global network that spans 34 countries and regions worldwide as of September 30, 2020. On the other hand, it has a total of 80 branches located in the key cities in the Philippines. ORIX Group expanded its business area in response to customers' diversifying needs and changes in the economic environment. They are also pursuing businesses that utilize owned assets such as facility management and environmental energy for the long term.
For societal environment, ORIX Metro has a five products and services. These are finance lease, operating lease, mortgage loan, solar power, and receivable discounting. Under finance lease, it includes truck lease financing, heavy equipment lease financing, medical, farm, printing equipment lease financing, pork lease financing, and other office equipment lease financing. On the other hand, operating lease services include full service operating on lease for cars, full service operating lease for light trucks, and PC rentals or IT equipment. To illustrate, ORIX Metro partners with some multinational companies wherein they avail leasing or rentals that they use to provide service vehicles for their employees. That includes Globe Telecom, Maynilad, Ajinomoto, AstraZeneca, Pfizer, and ITI. Then we have the mortgage loan, which is a type of credit facility in the form of a loan to finance short or long-term funds requirement. In Kalinga, where one of the ORIX Metro offices is located, it is said that they are more on mortgage loans. They prefer ownership of an asset rather than leasing. Another is solar power. ORIX Metro provides a one-stop shop for solar PV systems wherein they provide you with services in solar PV system integration from pre-feasibility studies, contracting, securitization, installation, commissioning, and others. However, it is said that it didn't grow much than the other product or services that they offer. That's why it became a special program. Lastly is the receivable discounting, which targets corporates and SMEs with receivable from customers. With a wide range of products and services to offer, they tie up with any industry and clients. The graph below shows the percentage of their key customers, which is service provider with the highest percentage of customer, and the least with agriculture and fishery.
In task environment, ORIX Metro is a veteran leasing giant in the industry. It established two wholly owned subsidiaries, namely ORIX Rental Corporation and ORIX Auto Leasing Philippines Corporation. ORIX Rental Corporation offers long-term full-service operating lease for motor vehicles, computers, and materials handling equipment, while ORIX Auto Leasing Philippines Corporation offers car rental service as well as hotel and limousine service.
Next is for internal environment, we have corporate structure. The board was composed of 9 directors, and 4 members of the board are non-executive directors, while 3 members are independent directors. Each board level committee has its own charter that sets out its mandate, scope, and working procedure. Here we have Executive Committee, Audit and Compliance Committee, Risk Oversight Committee, and Corporate Governance Committee.
In their corporate culture, in a dramatically changing business environment, ORIX Metro has established various training systems so that all of its employees can fully demonstrate their individual capabilities. This includes enhancing management skills, support for career planning, and support for self-development. Under enhancing management skills is the employee management and organizational development skills training, wherein for them to develop new recruits and less experienced employees, they conduct job level specific training starting with initial and follow-up training for new recruits, third year training for those in their third year at the company after joining as a new recruit, and training for new assistant managers. The training is designed as an opportunity to reflect on the trainee's experience at various points in order to delineate a vision for the future. They also conduct position-specific training at the management level for employee management and organizational development. Under support career planning, individuals are increasingly required to make career-related choices corresponding to ever-changing social conditions and various life stages. In addition to enhancing their human resources system, the company provides support so employees can think and act independently. Lastly is their support for self-development. Under this, the company encourages self-motivated employees to further develop the skills and knowledge necessary for work through various self-development support programs. In their corporate resources, under human resources department, human resources department is responsible for designing and implementing HR programs and policies that help company leaders better manage the workplace. At ORIX Metro, incognizant to the importance of its human resource, they ensure that their employees are given ample training to equip them with pertinent knowledge and skills. Technical or job-specific training programs as well as behavioral courses are conducted regularly. The company also sponsors their employees' attendance to related external training and certification programs. They likewise endeavors to keep a well-motivated workforce through adoption of employee engagement activities and periodic review of its benefits and compensation program. The new human resource information system was implemented in the last quarter of 2018 that affords the employees a seamless process in doing HR transactions. While in their Information and Communications Technology Division, ORIX Metro Leasing and Finance Corporation relies on its information technology and systems to drive the business. The branches and subsidiaries are connected to the main office via a secured private network. Real-time transactions and online access to IT resources are made possible with the use of various leading-edge technologies. In the past several years, the company has made significant improvement in its information technology infrastructure and systems. The company has put up its own business recovery center in the south and increased its bandwidth to accommodate the increasing number of branches and transactions. They also utilize business analytics to improve operational efficiency and better make decisions. The company acknowledges the challenges and tough competition ahead and therefore made a bold decision to upgrade its information systems. Currently, the company is in the midst of upgrading its system applications to further secure its leadership in the industry. The ICT division implemented top-notch technologies on rapid applications development and cloud systems to be more agile and adaptable to changes.
In our analysis of strategic factors Under here is the key internal and external strategic factors. We will present to you the SWOT of the company. Under strength, since ORIX Metro provides high-yield loans to small, medium-sized enterprises by providing fast loan approval, low interest rate with no service charge, it continues expanding its market, having to establish stable business operations. Under opportunities, fast growing of rural areas, economic development, increasing number of investors, opening of different warehouses, dealer and client referrals. Next is the under weaknesses, lacking of manpower, no existing units to be offered to the clients, no truck dealers in the province, not yet known in the province, and no advertisements or commercials. Lastly, under threats, increasing number of competitors, closing of mining firms, debtors, borrowers' inability to pay, current liabilities, proposed excess tax of vehicles, and competitors' pirates existing personnel. Next. Still under analysis of strategic factors, also we have here the review of mission and objectives. Since ORIX Metro offers the most diversified and comprehensive set of leasing and financial services with low interest and no service charge, they take time to listen and develop an asset management solution that meets the business needs. Its financial lease and mortgage loans cover trucks, heavy equipment, industrial machinery such as printing and packaging equipment, office equipment which includes computers, servers, copiers, and facsimile machines, medical equipment including CT scans, MRIs, optical, and dental equipment, and other types of personal properties. It ensures to deliver excellent and diversified services to its customers, ensuring their full satisfaction. This is made certainly by a highly motivated team of professionals, a strong global network, and its competent employees. ORIX Metro also provide a fair return to its shareholders and help in the country's socio-economic development by taking advantage of the fast growing of rural areas. It shall also keep its mission and objectives by using its strengths to overcome its weakness and to minimize the threats.
In alternatives and recommendation, strategic alternatives, the diversification is the act of investing in a variety of different industries, areas, and financial instruments in order to reduce the risk that all the investments will drop in price at the same time. And the advantages of diversification, as the economy changes, the spending patterns of the people change, diversification into a number of industries or product lines can help create a balance for the entity during these ups and downs. Diversification helps to maximize the use of potential underutilized resources and for growth in business corporation. But diversification entities entirely involved in profit-making segments will enjoy profit maximization. However, a diversified entity will lose out due to having limited investment in the specific segment. Therefore, diversification limits the growth opportunities for an entity. And diversifying into a new market segment will demand new skill sets. Lack of expertise in the new field can prove to be a setback for the entity. We computed IFE and EFE that resulted of the IA matrix falls under cell 4, which considered to be above average. This means that the company has to grow and build. This means intensive and aggressive tactical strategies. Strategies should focus on market penetration, market development, and product development. From the operational perspective, a backward integration is a process in which a company acquires or merges with other businesses that supply raw materials needed in the production of its finished product. For forward integration, for horizontal integration is the acquisition of a business operating at the same level of the value chain in the same industry in order to expand the reach of ORIX. They can wait and acquire the whole company or buy bigger shares. That way, the company will have bigger control of the leasing and finance industry.
For our implementation, since ORIX Metro Leasing and Finance Corporation belongs to the financial services industry, which aims to provide alternative modes of financing to private corporations and individuals, the industry is characterized by its intense competition due to price cuts and need for service differentiation. Barriers to entry are said to be high due to restrictions in capital requirements. Buyers' bargaining power would mainly be dependent on its size. Multinational companies would tend to have more power to dictate prices. In contrast, higher profit margins can be derived from smaller companies, and financing companies have the upper hand in setting prices. The company's vision is to be one of the most admired finance companies in the country. In the years 2005 to 2007, ORIX Metro strategic objectives include product innovation through faster and personalized services, maintaining a quality portfolio through credit evaluation and human resource development. On the other hand, financial objectives involve maintaining average spreads of 6.4% with new bookings of 2.64 billion pesos for 2005 in achieving 20% volume growth year after year. So in order to realize these objectives, ORIX Metro would adopt the focus strategy, placing emphasis on serving a specific target market not served by its competitors. So we also have proposed strategies. We have first, maximize earnings by increasing business volume from small and medium corporate accounts, provide clients with fast and reliable service in terms of credit approval, turnaround time, and after-sales servicing, and lastly, continuous improvements of its human resource to develop necessary knowledge and skills needed in achieving the company's objectives. Thus, the proposed strategies will be most explained using the 7S framework and 8S implementing task. Meanwhile, the company will use sensitivity analysis under best, normal, and worst case scenarios, taking into account changes in booking volume and interest cost.